Hiring a VA is supposed to free up your time, not cause more of a headache, more of a mess, and things that you have to go and redo after them. And this is where most marketing agencies get this wrong. In this video, I'm bringing down the 5 most common and costly mistakes that marketing agency owners make when it comes to hiring a VA. And if you've been burned before, this is your first time hiring a VA, this video could save you thousands of dollars and hours and momentum when it comes to making your first offshore hire. One of the first most common mistakes that I see marketing agency owners make when it comes to hiring VAs is they're hiring without a scope. Needing help for your agency is not going to move the needle forward. And if you can't define the role, the VA simply cannot deliver. So one of the tips that I give all the agency owners here is that you need to begin with a task audit. So go through, look at all of your tasks and look at them and see to yourself, what are the tasks that you're doing on a recurring basis? What are repetitive? And what are the tasks that don't light you up and don't make you the most amount of money? Those are the tasks that you should be delegating off first. Invoices, following up with customers, all those different things. Clarity up front equals success later. So the second mistake that I see a bunch of marketing agency owners make is they're prioritizing cost over mistake. See, the thing is going cheap costs more in the long run. That $3 per hour VA is actually somebody who's likely going to drop the ball and not get projects delivered on time. And that is expensive when it comes to things not getting delivered the way they need to happen. So the tip that I recommend here for all of our agency clients is to hire for fit first. You want to look at what their communication looks like, how proactive they seem in interviews, how reliable they are they showing up to the interview on time, different things like that. You want to make sure that you're catching those early on in the interview process so that way you aren't making a costly hiring mistake up front. So then the third mistake that I see oftentimes is agent owners try to go and skip the onboarding process. They oftentimes just hire a VA and then expect them to know exactly what to do. See, the thing is your VA is not a mind reader. If you skip the onboarding process, you should expect confusion, expect tasks not to go on right, and expect your VA just really not know what the heck to do to help you grow and run your agency. So I always recommend here is give them a simple onboarding SOP document and a 30, 60, 90-day plan of what you expect them to do. If you're unsure on exactly how to do this, then what I would recommend doing is recording a voice audio note, dropping that into ChatGPT as to exactly what you're looking for to have this VA offload off of your plate. And then ChatGPT will help you create this 30, 60, and 90-day plan to really help expedite this process of onboarding your first VA. Now, this fourth mistake here is actually something I see happen quite often is when people try to go out there and do the hiring process themselves, that oftentimes they expect a VA to be somebody who can really be strategic in the way that they're driving direction of business, but oftentimes VAs are there for support. So a lot of times the agency owners, they hire somebody and think that they're going to be this unicorn that's going to go out and think of all this clear direction of exactly how they should do certain things in the business. And if you don't implement certain aspects in your hiring process, like a disc profile test and different things like that, you're not going to be able to find the right person who can strategically help you plan and grow your business. So I oftentimes would look at that as, is this person somebody I need to just support me in my agency, or somebody who really needs to be a thought leader to help us grow? And the fifth and final mistake is not having a backup plan. And what I mean by that is oftentimes we go and we hire our first talent, whether it's a remote team member, a VA, or somebody here locally. And then what happens is over time, they find something different. They realize they're not a good fit for the role, and they just go on and do bigger and better things. And if we don't have what they're doing process documented into an SOP, what happens if they vanish? What happens if they get sick? And you need to then hire for that next role. You need to have a backup plan in place to make sure that if this person is no longer in that role, you have the proper documentation in place to help that next person succeed. So if you're like me and my agency before I launched Talent Fuse, you've probably made all 5 of these mistakes, if not hundreds of more, when it comes to hiring team members. And so what we did is we developed Talent Fuse to help agencies course correct fast so they can hire the right talent. So if you're in a position looking to hire that next team member for your marketing agency, you can click the link in the bio below and we can book a call to really help figure out what does that next fit and that right role for you and your agency so you can take your agency from where it's at now to the dreams that you've always dreamed of having it at. Hey, so that's it for this episode. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button and that notification bell so we can continue to produce more episodes just like this for agency owners just like you. And I'm interested, if you've hired a VA before, I'd love to know in the comments, what is the good, bad, and ugly that you've experienced when it comes to hiring a remote team member for your agency?